So welcome to everyone who's tuning in on LinkedIn this morning. This is the Lead Generation Masterclass. I'm your host, Alex Smith, and today we're going to explore how AI-powered tools like Zapier, Make, and GoHighLevel, 3 tools that I've been using predominantly in my own business, which have helped me grow and thrive, how these tools can help you to automate your business processes. So by the end of this masterclass, you're going to have a real clear understanding of how to start building and automating and streamlining your own operations, just like me. So before I get started, let me just tell you a little bit about myself. So I'm Alex Smith. I'm also the founder of Leadith. And over the past 4 years, apparently it's 4 years ago last week, I had a lot of LinkedIn reminders saying congrats on your 4-year anniversary at Leadith. But I've actually been involved in the LinkedIn lead gen space probably for 5 to 6 years. I've had the pleasure of helping around 150 clients now improve their visibility on LinkedIn to generate consistent, qualified B2B leads. And my journey in lead generation started much like yours, probably, facing several challenges, searching for effective methods. So today I'm going to share some of those strategies, what's worked for me, how I can apply them, how you can apply these strategies to your own business. I'm going to give you a bit of an overview. So kind of when I first started out, I was struggling to engage with the right prospects on LinkedIn. Tried lots of different methods that didn't really work, faced a lot of frustration, burnt through a lot of time. But through perseverance and continuous learning, I managed to discover some strategies that really did truly make a difference. And these methods not only have helped me to build a robust sales pipeline, but also helped me to establish real good, strong relationships with the clients I have today. So I'm passionate about helping other people to navigate these challenges with LinkedIn and generating leads. And that's why I put together the Lead Generation Masterclass. It's actually a 13-week program, free bit of content that you can tune into and hopefully take away some actionable steps. This is actually a live masterclass, so if you want to join me in the live room, do head over to leadith.io. That's leadeth.io, where you can sign up to the masterclass series. You'll get an email a day before and usually a few minutes before we go live on these events, so you can join us. If you want to have a look, we've also put together some client testimonials and a few wins, and you can head over to Leadith, that's leadeth.io/reviews. I'll paste a link in the chat to those just right away, so you can see those. But just some case studies of people that have been utilizing the Leadith system effectively. So what we're going to learn today is we're going to look at all things kind of AI. Firstly, we're going to start with building custom automations. And this is where you're going to learn how to create workflows that are tailored to your unique business needs. Whether that's, you could be managing new client onboarding, tracking of leads, or maybe you're handling kind of routine tasks. We're actually going to show you how to step up your automation processes using 3 tools today. We're going to dive into Zapier, Make. Those 2 tools are very similar. We're going to look at the differences between the tools, and also a system which I'm a great big fan of, have been using for the last 2 years, and that's GoHighLevel. So the goal is to help you to kind of streamline your operations. so that you can focus more on growing your business rather than getting bogged down in those repetitive tasks. And a few weeks ago, someone said to me, every time you do a task, once you've completed that task, think, do I really need to be doing this task again in the future? And if you can automate all of those tasks, suddenly you'll free up a lot of time by using automation. Once we've looked at that, we're going to move into integrating AI tools. We'll explore how you can connect various apps and services to work together seamlessly. And imagine having your CRM automatically update every time a new lead comes in, or maybe your project management software notifying you of a task when it's been completed without kind of even lifting a finger. So by integrating these tools and making these incremental steps, you can actually create a really powerful interconnected system that really helps you to kind of manage all aspects of your business automatically. And then thirdly, we're going to focus on optimizing efficiency. So automation isn't just about saving time, but it's also about reducing errors and making sure that your processes really run smoothly. And I'll show you how to use these tools to eliminate that kind of manual data entry process to ensure consistency across platforms and generally improve the efficiency of your business operations. And that's the step, for those people who really want to scale their business without sacrificing quality or customer experience. Finally, the most exciting part of today's session, we're going to have some real-time implementation. So this is not just a lecture, it's a practical hands-on workshop. If you're listening on LinkedIn Live, feel free to use the comments section there on the platform, and I'll be able to respond to that and show you some workflows, some systems, how we're putting together systems for ourselves. And you might have a challenge that you're facing at the moment. And if I can help you and guide you through that process and we can build out something together, then I'm here to help you and here to support you. Now, we have a dedicated community where you can access my time, my support, previous training videos, all the lead generation masterclass episodes. So if that's of interest to you, head over to Leadeth, Leadeth, that's leadeth.io, and go to /school spelt SKOOL. So that's school spelt SKOOL. Or go to our website and click on Learn, and there's a drop down there, and you can go to the community, the free lead generation community. Sign up to school. It's completely free to join that. There's currently 275 members in the community, and I'd really want you to be a part of that community and share your challenges, share your pains, and get some support, move forward in your business, and make the most out of that community there. A lot of my clients are using that as well for a bit of support as well. So you'll get to hear from you hear a lot about the LinkedIn lead generation platform, which is what is at the heart of Leadeth. But ultimately, this is a business accelerator that's going to help you to thrive. So hopefully by the end of the session today, not only are you going to have a solid understanding of how these different tools work, but also some real world applications that are going to help you to start making a difference in your day-to-day operations. So let's get started and let's transform how you do business using automation. We're going to look at initially some marketing funnels. This just kind of sets the stage and explains a little bit about kind of what we're doing and why we're doing it and how we can apply different AI processes to our systems. So the first model here on the left-hand side of the slide describes a marketing funnel. And this is a classic marketing model that describes the customer journey from that very first touch point to purchase and beyond. And it's called a funnel because, as you can see, the number of potential customers decreases at every stage of the funnel. A little bit like liquid flowing through a funnel. The stages of the funnel are awareness, and that's when a prospect first becomes aware of your brand or your product. They move down into the interest stage, and that's when they start to learn more about your brand and start considering your offering. Now, the consideration point is where they start to weigh up those options and compare your offer maybe to other people's. Then they move into the purchase stage, and that's when they make that decision to buy and purchase from you. And then the bottom of the funnel is this retention piece. And this is where we aim to kind of keep them as a loyal customer for as long as possible. Now, we've also got this thing on the right-hand side here. This is called the flywheel model. And it's a much newer model that emphasizes the ongoing relationship with the customer rather than just that initial sale. And it's called the flywheel because, like a flywheel in a machine, it gains momentum and becomes self-sustaining over time. And the stages of the flywheel are attract. That's when you attract those new prospects to your brand with your marketing and other things. We've got the engage step where you interact with them and build a relationship. So my example is I've got the community, I've got my lead gen masterclasses, I've got lots of touch points where I'm there with people face to face. Also got a YouTube channel where I'm starting to build relationships as well. But LinkedIn is a really powerful platform for relationship building, and that's very much what LinkedIn's about. It's all about just building these relationships. The delight stage at the bottom, stage 3, that is when you're exceeding your clients' expectations, providing them with a great service and a great experience. And the hope is that they become advocates. So they become loyal, raving fans, and they spread the word about your brand, and that brings it back into attract, because when they bring new prospects in, that starts the cycle off again. So in addition to kind of understanding this marketing funnel and the flywheel model, it's important to recognize the pivotal role of lead gen. Lead generation is the lifeblood, and having outreach strategies is vital to help you to sustain the momentum of business growth. So these strategies really just act as that lifeblood that keep this marketing engine running smoothly. So that's the importance of lead gen. That's why I'm involved with lead generation. Now, more recently, someone showed this one to me, and they reversed the marketing funnel upside down to make a pyramid. And check this out. So this is what they call the buyer's pyramid. And it visually kind of represents the stages where your potential customers might be in their journey. So at the top, that's 3% probably of your audience. They're going to be the ones that are ready to hit that buy now button. Okay. These are your hottest leads. And below that, around about 7%, 6 to 7%, these are going to be the people that are open to buying from you, but they need a little more convincing. So you've got to do a bit more work with them. And as we move down the pyramid, we see that 30% of your potential customers are not currently even thinking about buying. Okay, so when you do your next email marketing campaign, think about that stat. Another 30% believe that they aren't interested, and then the bottom 30% know that they're not interested at all. So they're the ones that just completely opt out. So I found that quite useful because it works with LinkedIn campaigns as well. When we're seeing a campaign and we're firing out hundreds and hundreds of outbound LinkedIn outreach messages, 30% of them kind of know that they're not going to be interested. 30% of them don't think they're interested. 30% of them are just not thinking about this whatsoever. But you'll get that 7% that are interested, and then you get the 3% that are definitely interested and want to go ahead with you and buy from you. So it is very much a numbers game, and hope that adds a bit more emphasis on the focus on the top 10% is not the majority of your audience, but they're the ones at the bottom, the ones that they're going to need that education and awareness building to move them up so we can convert them. So understanding this really it's going to help you to significantly impact how you tailor your messaging and outreach across different marketing channels. And then super quick, just a quick overview about what we're doing at Leadith. This is the Leadith roadmap. So we're taking clients right at the bottom here who are struggling to get any sales on LinkedIn to having a lot more time and a lot more sales. And the way we do that is by understanding how we can target your audience or your TAM, your total addressable market. So we've got access to a database of 350 million verified work emails and also 750 data enriched LinkedIn prospect profiles, because we've been doing so many campaigns over this time. That moves into stage 2. Stage 2 is priming your personal LinkedIn profile so it speaks to that audience. And then when you can speak with clarity to that audience with a professional header and a professional graphic, really good headline copy on your profile, people are going to start to click and resonate. We then move into step 3, which is the bit that I love, and that's LinkedIn outreach automation. Obviously, today's focus will look at some of this outreach automation and how that can help us. But what we're doing is leveraging over 2,000 LinkedIn touchpoints using automated data-enriched multi-channel sequencing software. And that really helps us to create and maintain some bespoke campaigns utilizing AI, generating video intros, and making really good high connection rates and response rates. Typically, we see around about a 50% acceptance rate, which is fantastic. And we're seeing around about 25% reply rates. So far, far higher than, that classic email marketing stat of, they say a 2% open rate is typically what you get with cold email marketing. So we're seeing really good figures with LinkedIn outreach, which is why it's kind of one of the pivotal things of what we do at Leadith. Step 4 is talking about email outreach. So email outreach is very powerful. Some people aren't going to be responsive on LinkedIn. So if you've got another method, another strategy that you can reach out to them on, then email outreach is really going to help. And as we go up this road, you've got the next stage there, stage 5. It's called video content marketing, but technically it's content marketing. It's not just video. Video is the most powerful on LinkedIn. If you can work with us, we help you to create 13 unique 1 to 2 minute videos that are going to be shot, edited, posted to your profile at precisely the correct times. This helps you to increase your visibility and your influence as a thought leader in your industry. So more people will be seeing your profile. So it's a kind of inbound strategy, that's step 5. Step 6, which ties in with today's theme of automation, is having systems in place and a CRM tool that's going to push those highly qualified leads directly into your calendar with automated email and SMS reminders to reduce those no-shows. And the goal of this strategy is to really kind of generate leads and convert them into sales calls, which can be measured through KPIs such as 3 posts per week, 1,000 impressions per post, 40% plus acceptance rate, 150 new connections per month, and really responsive instant actions on the back of it. So to achieve that sort of success, obviously that takes a bit of commitment. It does take time to engage and to convert these prospects, to build that trust, have that kind of authority and awareness, and build that familiarity with your network. So the strategy really aims to kind of fill in the gaps, identify learning opportunities, and provide you with necessary support to achieve whatever your revenue goals are over the next 12 months. It's not necessarily a 12-month commitment. You can sign up just for a monthly plan to give it a go. But just wanted to explain a little bit behind what we're doing at Leadith. So why is automation so critical? Now, everybody's talking about automation and AI recently, and it's not just a buzzword. It's actually a necessity in today's fast-paced business environment. So automating your business processes really can significantly reduce manual tasks, minimize errors, and free up valuable time. Imagine that your routine tasks handled automatically. Imagine that allowed you to then focus on growing your business and nurturing client relationships, and then driving even more innovation. That's what you want. So automation is the key here to scalability. It enables you to grow your business to really, not be overwhelmed by your resources just getting thinned out. So that's why it's really good. So we're going to do a bit of an introduction. Let's get acquainted with the tools that we're introducing today. So these tools have been around for a number of years. Make, probably the newest tool, got recently bought out by another tool. So Make is probably my go-to at the moment for implementing these automations. Zapier has been really popular. I've used it for 3 or 4 years now. Really good connectivity with lots of different apps. And can help you to kind of really automate your workflows. So Zapier, we have what's called a Zap. And in Make, we have the equivalent of a Zap is called a scenario. And basically what these are trigger actions between your favorite apps. So the difference with GoHighLevel, on the other hand, GoHighLevel is basically an all-in-one system that combines the management of powerful automation capabilities and whether you're automating email sequences or task management or maybe lead follow-up, all these tools will make it possible with just a few clicks. So let's do some hands-on and start to have a look at this. So Zapier and Make, for example, in Zapier, you can set up these zaps. And what these zaps are is basically we're automating a process. So that process has a starting point, what often is called a trigger or a hook, a catch hook. And then we're pulling that information out. So from the introduction, from that very first step, the information, we're basically pulling that information. So we've got the information there, and then it's processed. So we process the information, we're doing something with that information, and then there's an output. So the output of that information now might look a bit different, and we're sending it to a different system. And that's basically what automating is. It's all about understanding you've got inputs, processes, and outputs. And when you can systemize your business like that, and start to think, right, what is the data I need at that point? How do I go about collecting that data? Where am I storing that data? So what sort of database tool am I using, or system or software for collecting that data and storing it? And then what do I want to do with that data? How do you want to analyze that data? So that's kind of the bottom end reporting and moving on. But what's the output? I mean, what could you do with that data to improve it or make it better? And having kind of AI and natural kind of language models, all these different kind of artificial intelligence models can kick off in the process bit, so in the middle there. So that really helps us. So in Zapier, you can, for an example, you can basically collect a new lead form on your website, and then you can push that to a CRM, and then automate the process of sending them a welcome email. Now, there are a lot of systems out there like MailChimp, MailerLite, great systems that can do that, and you can set up workflow automations. If that's all you're wanting to do, then there's probably an easier solution rather than getting involved with Zapier and Make. I find Make and Zapier allow you to be really creative. They allow you to kind of explore what's never been explored in your business before. You can really be creative and think, right, I've got information from this system and I'd love to do this with it, and then fire it out. And I'm going to give you some scenarios, but Make will allow you to create these scenarios that allow you to kind of update a database. So every time maybe a client places a new order or something and you want some information to be updated, the Make allows you to do that. And these workflows are just so incredibly versatile, as you'll see in a moment, but we can really kind of tailor them to fit your specific business process. And I'm going to show you how to build a basic workflow step by step so you can follow along and create your own. So Leadith, on the other hand, Leadith is a sales engagement platform. The idea is it works in LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the predominant platform. It's an omni-channel platform, so it works with emails. It also does phone calls and lots of other bits and pieces. So I'm just going to explain a little bit about how it allows you to automate your entire client journey with the GoHighLevel plugin. So you might be thinking about, how do I go about nurturing these leads that have maybe previously scheduled an appointment or they've not showed up to an appointment. I'd love to have an automated system that would catch all that data and fire them a little message just to give them a nudge. And a lot of people have been creating different systems these days that automate that. So you can drop in a list of all your historical leads, all your historical data into the tool. And then they've got these AI language bots that are trained to do things with that data. So they're very knowledgeable and they're trained up on your videos, on your processes, on your PDFs, on your books that you've written. So these AI bots are basically you. They know exactly what you know. They know more than what you know. They're very, very clever artificial brains that can process information. So when you plug in that historical client data, potentially you've got a sales rep who's virtual sales rep who can then access all that data, contact details, where they got to in the process. And then these AI bots can then start to nurture conversations and nurture processes. And I'll show you a couple of examples of how I've been utilizing that as well and what that looks like. So let's get hands-on. I'm going to share some links in the chat. The first tool we'll just have a quick look at is Zapier. So in the comments certainly on the LinkedIn, have a look at Zapier.com. Zapier.com. We're then going to have a look at Make as well, and I've put an affiliate link to Make.com. These are all free tools, so they won't cost you anything to use these tools. So Zapier, once you've signed up to a free Zapier account, you can hook it up to your Google account. It asks you kind of what type of platforms do you currently use. So here's a couple of Zaps that I've previously created. As you can see, some are now inactive. I don't use them anymore, but some of them are still active Zaps that I use. So one scenario here, Zapier is a bit on the free plan of Zapier. You can basically connect 2 platforms, and then on the paid plans of Zapier, that's allowing you to do a lot more, and you can actually connect multiple platforms. So you connect 3 or 4 platforms. So a classic, one of the classic ones that I use here is creating a new client in my account system. So I've got Stripe, which is connected. So I've hooked up and logged into Stripe. Stripe is my payment gateway, where I'm collecting information of new clients that are signing up to the platform regularly. And within here, you always have number 1 is the new app. So I call it the new customer. You call it whatever you want. Choose the app. The app is Stripe, so we're hooked up to Stripe. The event is when a new customer is created. So an event is like a predetermined event, something that happens within the app. So you can't control those. It's the app developers that will control what those events are. But there typically would be a drop down here. If we just go to edit this existing one, you can see these are different events related to the Stripe gateway. So when someone maybe cancels a subscription, I can trigger off a process of events. When there's a new charge has occurred, maybe when a payment fails, I want to flag that up, and I want to basically automatically send a message to a client, say, hey, the payment's failed. Is there an issue? And that helps you to really improve your customer service and that retention piece, of course, because it's more touch points with your prospect. And there are ways you can personalize that to make it look better. For me, I've just got the new customer one that I use. So anytime I get a new customer sign up to a payment plan, either through our website or through an onboarding call or whatever, that's the event. So you click continue, and you can see what happens when you click next. You basically get to test the data, and it basically gives you pulls off a customer record. So these are actually live customer records where they pulled in data from customers that have signed up to the plan. This one's here. It's got all my details, got my email address, it's got my name, it's pulled in the tax reference, any subscription amounts and things like that are also pulled in as well, discounts. So now you've pulled in all this data, and what I love about this is no code. You don't need to be learn any languages to code this. It's very straightforward. Make, on the other hand, makes it a lot easier, and there's a lot more visual than Zapier, I find. But Zapier's improved its user interface over the years quite a bit. So what we can see here is the next step is Google Sheets. So we've got the data. We've pulled that data from Stripe. And what do we want to do with Google Sheets? So we link up Google Sheets and we basically tie this up. The event in Google Sheets, you can do lots of different things. You can create brand new sheets. You can search a sheet and identify data within a spreadsheet. So I just basically create a brand new row in a specific spreadsheet. And as you can see, here it is. It's connected to my Google spreadsheet. If I wanted to change the sheet or choose another one, I can do that. So this is basically where you choose the data, you choose the spreadsheet. So this is my master user list. And what it's doing is adding, finding the worksheet on that list, and it's adding a row of data into my Google spreadsheet. And these are the different row datas. And this is where it's pulling the data. So it's grabbing that data, my name, it's grabbing the email address, it's grabbing the phone number, if it's collected that, and it's populating Google spreadsheet with a list of all my customers. So I find it's much easier to manage clients in a spreadsheet format. So I can tie it in with the software as well. So that's how it works. So it does quite a lot. It's doing quite a lot there for me. That's basically what we call a Zap. And and that's Zapier. So happy to show you what Zapier does. Another example that I've got going on, let me just go back to my my Zaps to show you. So that was creating a new client from a payment into a spreadsheet. So this one here is capturing leads. So I'm actually doing a little bit more lead capture in other systems, but I've got a school community. So basically what happens in this one is I'm tagging users in my CRM with a specific tag. So this basically runs every 15 minutes at an interval. So I can see when someone's answered my membership questions in my school community, which you go to edit app. So school is the connected app, and we see the trigger. We've got extra fields if we want. So the tag is membership questions answered. So when it sees that, okay, it's pulling all this data from school, and then it's going to push it to my CRM. So lead connector, which is basically GoHighLevel. And what do I want it to do is to add and update a contact record in the CRM, and that's what it's doing. So you can see continue. Then we just have to map the fields on the action. So first name from school goes to the first name field in the CRM. The last name field goes to the last name in the CRM. And you know, if you've collected a phone number as well, you could have a look for that data. If you don't have that data, then you could predefine it with a custom data of your own, or you just leave it blank. So yeah, so this has collected the email address from school and it's pasting their email address into my CRM. So I've added them to my CRM. And then further on, do I want to mark them as a lead? I've put that as false for now, but obviously if they were a lead, potential lead, then that could be true. I've also put a tag in, so I can tag them as whatever I want to tag them. So I've tagged it as school. So when I go to my CRM now, I can filter all the people that are in my school community with a specific tag. And that's how it works. It's very simple. And these just kind of run in the background, these Zaps, and they just happen. So I've only got the free account. The free account gives you limited amount of Zaps and data, but most of the stuff is, you know, it's very low usage. So yeah, so that's Zapier. I'm now going to switch over to a different platform. I'm going to switch over to the Make platform. So Make is a little bit more visual, I find. So you get a dashboard and you can see how much data is being used with Zapier. But like you've got Zaps and Zapier, Make basically call them scenarios. And I've created a couple of different scenarios a couple of months back just to test this out. This is a much newer platform to me, so I've been learning this one. But if you've got to grips with Zapier, then Make is just as easy. So I really like Make because it allows you to use webhooks and you haven't got to pay for the use of those webhooks. It's done by a data allowance, whereas Zapier likes you to upgrade to use webhook features. Webhook basically allows you to hook data out of an API, a third-party system or software, and that's what this one's really good at. So here's a great example. This is probably a very simple one that I've got running. So I've got a webhook here, and this webhook will spit out a big long URL, which I provide to my LinkedIn Leadith software, for example. And then what I'm doing with that webhook is pulling normally their first name, their last name, their email address, their LinkedIn profile URL, and a phone number, and often the company name as well. So now I've got that data from a specific campaign. It could be a campaign that I'm running to find out who's coming along to meetings and things like that, or webinars. And then I want to push them straight into my CRM. So here we go. We've got the Lead Connector CRM. This is the output. You can see the GoHighLevel logo. And then within this one, all I'm doing is mapping those fields. So I'm mapping the email address, the phone number, the first name, the last name. Some of the other stuff is blank because we don't have that data, but that's fine. Company name, the website, location comes in. And you can see the tags here. So you can choose whichever tags you want. So I tag the LGM, which means they're signing up to my LinkedIn Lead Generation Masterclass. And then I can also specify the source. So where does this new prospect or contact come into the system? We can determine it with the source here. So I put LinkedIn manually as the source. So when I head over to my CRM, I can straight away see where prospects are coming in just by filtering on the source and filtering on the tags. So that's basically a a very straightforward Zap. Now, what you can do is, as I was saying, is we can actually leverage AI within these scenarios. So here is one, just to put it into context. We've got this scenario here where we've got a type form. So type form's a data collection form. This is my type form. Basically, it's 21 questions asking my new clients to fill out a quick form. Things like, what's your web address? What's your personal LinkedIn profile? I ask them, can they share me specific information about their demographics, the target clients that they work with, which country does their audience belong to? Can you describe top clients or customers and what industry are they in? What size are they? And why do you consider them to be top customers? All this is really good information that will help me to build a fantastic campaign for my clients. So once this data has been collected in type form, what we're doing with it is we're then going to make a basic HTTP request. And what that does is it converts all that information to access a website. So the only thing we're using is the LinkedIn profile URL. We're accessing the LinkedIn profile URL because we've now got that from Typeform. So we're feeding Typeform into the LinkedIn profile, into the URL. When we do a HTTP access, what we're doing is actually pulling information. So we give it a web address, a LinkedIn profile URL, and it basically goes and fetches information that it can find about that LinkedIn profile URL. So all the stuff that's publicly available. We can also do that for their company website. And that just basically scrapes and gets more information. So we're getting more information in addition to the type form information that they provide. The next stage is the text phraser, and this basically converts the data that we've collected. Often if you go to a HTML website, it's got lots of code in it, and we don't like code. So this cleans it up and just basically puts it into plain English and strips out all the code. And what you're left with is the data. And then what we're doing with that data is we're feeding that into ChatGPT. So you need an OpenAI account to use ChatGPT. Obviously, there's other GPTs available. So Claude is another big one, and Gemini, Google Gemini is another one that you can tap into. So what we're seeing here with the GPT system here is we're giving it a bit of context. And the context we give it in that prompt is I basically say you're a highly experienced marketing manager, and you're going to create a LinkedIn marketing campaign for my new client at leaders.io. So that's the data that we've given it. We've put that in. And then there's some extra data that we give it. And the extra data comes in from that type form. So here is some information about my new client. We give it LinkedIn address. We give it information about the audience. We give it information about the target industry, the people they're looking for, all that sort of information. And then on the back of it, we're also giving it the client's website. So here is their website in text format. And then we've got a bit of instruction at the bottom in terms of how to create a bespoke campaign for the prospect. Now, with all these kind of data systems, it's great to be dumping this data somewhere. You need an output. So for me, I use a system called Airtable. Airtable is very easy to set up. It's basically like a data-driven table. So I have a very simple database that I've created, a bit like a Google Sheet you could use instead. Airtable stores the LinkedIn profile URLs, company websites, and the campaign output. So this is where it would store all that information about the campaign output that it's generated using the AI. So going back to make on the output of the data, what I'm actually able to do there is hook on a final step, which is send them an email. So that send the email stage, I'm sending just to myself. If I wanted to, I could add the client as a recipient as well to automate that. But basically, we've connected our Google accounts, and then in the subject line, I put campaign for, and then put in the LinkedIn profile URL, and then we put the output in terms of the body of the email is going to be the output from ChatGPT, which we collected earlier and dumped into our database. You can add attachments on there as well if you wanted to, and work with files. But obviously, your data usage will go a lot higher if you're doing files as well. So that is basically a 6-step workflow that I've created that automates the process of creating a LinkedIn campaign for a new client all using AI. And yeah, that saves me an hour every single time a client onboards. I'm not having to do that because the system is doing it for me. And the more I train the AI and the prompts, the better this gets. So I can make revisions to this to further improve it. So there's some hands-on stuff. I just wanted to share with you the other session. So the other tool that we're looking at is called GoHighLevel. If you're interested in GoHighLevel, I actually have a promotion. If you go straight to GoHighLevel, it will cost you $99 per month. If you want me to be your guide and help you train you up on GoHighLevel, I'm looking for some beta clients at the moment. I've currently got 3 on board. I'd love to get to about 10 beta clients, but I can offer it at basically 49 British pounds plus VAT. So it's about £58 a month. So it's a considerable saving versus going direct to GoHighLevel. But the added value is you get all of my support and all of my time, which is invaluable. I mean, that would cost you £1,000 a month to have someone to build out your GoHighLevel system with you. So it's a very lucrative offer. I'll pop a link in the chat if anyone's interested in that GoHighLevel option. But let me show you what it can do. So it's leadith.io/GHL. I'll take you to the GoHighLevel offer. What we've got here is there's quite a bit going on. We've got a dashboard which tells us everything that we want to know about our business. We can switch down between the different businesses. So they're called snapshots. So that's what you're buying into, is a snapshot, is where we store the data about a business. Number of opportunities, conversion rates, open deals, all that sort of stuff is here. Sales conversion rate is here as well. Where people are in the funnel, how many warm leads are at, where people are at in terms of decision calls. So you get a really high level stats here with this system. We're also pulling Google Analytics data, so we can see how many people have visited your website and how much traffic you're getting there as well. So this connects a lot of systems all together. And what we've got here is conversations. So all the previous conversations that have gone out, all the messages to people are there. We've also got calendars in here, so we can actually set up different calendars for different things. So I do all my bookings, appointments, instead of using Calendly, we're actually using GoHighLevel for that. And we can start to automate all the different processes with different calls, different bookings, and all that sort of stuff, which is fantastic. You can see here we've also got contacts. So I've got a database of all my contacts, and we can look at the different tags. We were talking earlier about contacts coming in and being tagged, so we can see how that works as well. We've got a list of opportunities, so current opportunities within our sales pipeline, and we can move people from one stage to the other. I also have an onboarding pipeline for monitoring where people are in terms of my onboarding channel. And yeah, so that's there. So a sales pipeline and an onboarding pipeline. We've also got payments. So we're hooked up to Stripe, so we can collect payments. So recurring invoices. We can also get documents signed, contracts signed within this platform as well. Within marketing, we've got all our social media accounts hooked up to everything. So I've hooked up quite a few different social events and things, and we can see a plan of all the different activities that are going here. There's a bit of a content plan. We can see some statistics in terms of likes, shares, and comments, engagement for social media. So all that is driven into one place, which is really nice. Within the planner, we've also got calendar view as well, so we can see all the different posts that have gone out at set different times. And we can automate the process of pushing the first comment out on a post as well. Within emails, that's like a traditional MailChimp or MailerLite. You can run LinkedIn campaigns as well, but emails I tend to run through GoHighLevel. And yeah, that allows us to manage affiliate campaigns as well. Now, automation, this is probably the most powerful piece of the software, the automation workflows. And it allows us to create little recipes for different tasks. So for example, when a new client onboards, or when someone signs up to one of my weekly moment lead generation masterclasses, things like that, we're automating the whole process. So as you can see here from the onboarding workflow, what this looks like is somebody completes a form on the website or completes a booking form somewhere. We remove them from previous workflows. we apply the necessary tags, we assign a user to them. We can update the opportunity to make sure the opportunity in the pipeline is up to date automatically. We can remove an opportunity from the sales pipeline because it's now in the onboarding pipeline. We can specify waits and delays. So this one's basically got a 15-minute wait before it pushes an email out, just to make it look a bit more human. If it's all comes through instantly on the push of a button after you've had the phone call, it might appear a little bit too fake. So what I have is 15-minute delay, and then we've set up the onboarding email, which welcomes them and gives them some insights in terms of next steps, or they can watch a video to learn more about what we're doing at Leadith. And then we've got the 1-day wait before their call. Before they have an onboarding call, they get another email. So we're automating all the processes that we would have manually done for these prospects. So we're giving better customer service, increasing the retention rate for clients, because we're constantly communicating with clients, and clients love this. They really do. 10 minutes before our onboarding call, we're also sending them a text message just to get them pumped up, show them how excited we are and everything. And then 2 hours after the event, if they've not yet booked up the follow-up call, we're going to persistently keep coming back and asking them for another to schedule in some more time. So that's how I'm really leveraging automations in GoHighLevel. And as I say, I'm happy to implement something like this system for your business. For a limited time, I'm looking for some beta clients to utilize this. It kind of covers the costs, really. So if you're interested in that, please follow the link in the chat, leadith.io/GHL, if this has been of interest to you. There's not enough time to showcase everything of what the system can do, but fundamentally, it's also can build websites for you, landing pages. We can set up memberships and communities. We can really do a heck of a lot with this system. There's also a mobile app, so you can monitor everything on the go. So I've actually hooked up the Leadith platform within GoHighLevel, and you can see that here as a what we call it sits as a sub-menu thing here, so it sits in an iframe. But this allows us to create effective marketing campaigns, really targeting the right sorts of people that we want to be in front of. So yeah, so much to go through and so little time. So I hope you enjoyed that. A bit of a hands-on demo of some of the tools that I've been using, Zapier, Make, and GoHighLevel. And so just want to thank you, really. I'm really sorry that we've run out of time today on this LinkedIn Live. Thank you for joining in. Thank you to Chitara, who's in Coventry. So thank you for joining on the masterclass, Chitara. And yeah, hopefully you found this valuable, and you're going to leave with some new ideas and some practical skills and start to implement some of these things within your business. If you've enjoyed today's session, I really do encourage you to join our school community group, and that's leadith.io/school. SKOOL is how we spell school. That's a place where we offer ongoing support, resources, and discussions on automation and other business strategies that I can introduce you to. If you'd like some more personalized help, please do consider reaching out on a one-to-one consultation. And that allows me to really dive in a little bit deeper into your specific needs and goals, because I'd love to serve you where you're at and help you grow your business. So to do that, head over to leadith.io. There's a big orange button at the top of the website called Book a Discovery Call, or you can go to leadith.io/discovery. So yeah, just a quick reminder, this is the school community. In here, we've got loads of free classes, free content for you to join, exclusive resources, and also networking opportunities with like-minded professionals. So when you join, you'll gain access to all the recordings of our previous masterclasses like this one. And you can learn some advanced techniques to really enhance your LinkedIn engagement, connect with other professionals, and share your interests and challenges. So joining is really simple. Just hit the join button when you get to that page, and yeah, continue your learning beyond today. So yeah, that's everything for today. Thank you very much for joining us on the live, and yeah, really look forward to meeting more of you in the community and supporting you in business further.